Hi, Saints. I want to give you a praise report. This is really something so encouraging because the last, I'd say, 3 days that I've been since I've been here in Roseville, California, near the fountains area, and what a lovely area, I have to say. I anyway, I ended up. It was pouring down rain, and I was at the mall a ways from here, and uh, the mall had closed. There were a lot of people at the mall today. Anyway, I came back down through the fountains here and and stopped here to get out of the rain, and I was right here where uh, my staff and uh, my little backpack on wheels are, and I had been sitting there for quite some time. And of course, it was all lit up here. A young man came around this corner right here, and he looked at me and he said, "Do you need a ride home?" And I just matter of factly said, "I am home." And he put his head down like, oh no, his worst fears, that I was homeless. And I said, I'm out here by choice. And I began, that opened the door, of course. So I finished telling him that, approximately 30 days ago, the Lord called me to walk by faith, literally, and a few of the things that have happened as a result. Um, the young man was so excited. He introduced himself. His name is Sam, and he was out here on the walkways with people from the youth group from his church. And I want to tell you, Saints, this young man was quite remarkable, very perceptive, very spiritually minded, and very polite. So he was so happy to hear my testimony as of recent, what the Lord's been doing. And pretty soon, a friend of his, Joseph, came looking for him, I'm sure is what it was. Like, where did he fall off the grid to? So Joseph ended up here as well. And the three of us spoke for over an hour. And what came out of that were so many encouragements for me. Um, just even talking to believers is such a treat. I'm out here and I only talk to people that the Lord has me, speak to. And so, you know, a day can go by and I don't speak to anyone. No one approaches me, and I don't approach anyone either. So sometimes that does happen. And anyway, um, they they asked me if I wanted to visit their church where I was going next, and I said, "Well, I feel like I'm supposed to go to Sacramento." And they said, "Well, that's where our church is, and there are a lot of homeless people there in that area, and we'd really like you to come. If you're going to come to Sacramento, please come to our church." So they gave me their address and the times, and and then said, well, if you come to Sacramento, not only come to visit at our church, but we have a Wednesday night youth group, and please will you come and share your testimony, what God has called you to do and what you've been doing, so that our friends can hear this too. We want them to be able to hear this. And I said I would just love it. I'd be honored. So be praying, because wouldn't that be wonderful that I could uh, give the testimony of what God's done with me, to encourage the younger ones. I would love that. So it looks like at this point that's what's going to happen, Lord willing. In fact, they said, "Oh, we'll just come and get you here and bring you Wednesday with us. It's not real far." He said, "From here, Sacramento's about 30 minutes or so." Uh, so I even have a ride arranged. It was such a divine appointment. Um, I was. They were really surprised at what God has done in having me out here. And I was really surprised, probably more than they were, that they were so eager and interested and happy to hear and wanted to hear, wanted, or I should say, eagerly listened to some of my uh, stories, some of the things that God has done. So please be praying, because I hope I will be speaking there, and I'll. Oh, and the young man, Sam, he has beautiful camera that he's hobby, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty spendy hobby for him, because that was a beautiful camera. Anyway, we talked about him filming it on Saturday, or I mean, excuse me, at the youth group on Wednesday, so that we could post it onto my YouTube channel. So um, please be praying for that. I'm going to cut this off now at this point, because I am so tired. I'm going to go look for a place to rest for a little bit. And with that, I'll say, God bless you and peace, saints.